we have a lot of there's a lot of unanswered questions here, right? And I think a lot of people are very concerned. But on the one hand, I think it's very good that folks are talking to each other about all of these issues and about the best ways to approach the regulation and governance of artificial intelligence going forward. I have been trying to encourage maybe a more cautious approach, a more distributed and multi-stakeholder approach, because while there are risks from the misuse of artificial intelligence, I think there are also potential risks when it comes to, say, certain kinds of regulation that maybe involve massive expansion of state power for the sake of combating perceived risks. And so I think there are certainly risks that come from AI, but there are also risks that come from, I think, overreacting or reacting in ways that could be counterproductive.
Karman, in an ideal world, you would think that whatever regulations or guardrails get set in place, they're going to be global, right? And everybody's going to agree to them. The way things are going between the U.S. and China, that doesn't seem very likely. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised. I want to get your thoughts on this, as whether, with regards to governance of AI, we're going to see basically two sets of standards: Chinese ones and U.S. ones, or U.S./Western global ones.
Yeah, and it might even be worse than that. We might have two entirely separate ecosystems. And so it's not just different rules, but different technological infrastructures, just entirely different sets of companies, which such a bifurcated world could pose problems. At the same time, having spent some time in China over the last couple of weeks, I am more optimistic than I was before that we can at least continue or engage in more mutual communication and collaboration. The Chinese system is very different than, say, the American system or the EU system. And so I think even if the political situation were better, we would still end up with different rules and different approaches to implementing those rules. But I think there's more space now for communication. And so even to the extent that we have different systems or different approaches to the regulation, we can at least learn from each other and communicate with each other in a way that reduces mutual suspicion and in a way that promotes a sense of mutual learning, so that, to the extent that one system does something well, we can learn from it.
Hi, Karman. What did it tell you back in late March, I think it was, earlier this year, when we saw that open letter signed by hundreds of developers, scientists, tech entrepreneurs, urging a freeze on innovation beyond ChatGPT?
So that, to me, communicated a sense of concern and a sense of urgency around that concern. And while my guess is that there won't be a hiatus on innovation or research in this space, but that kind of a letter really signaled to the world, to governments, to companies, to civil society, to anyone involved in this space, that we really need to talk about this, and we really need to work together to try and come up with some solutions. We can't just sort of sit back and let history flow by while we're waiting.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.